In the heart of Eswatini, where mountains meet valleys and tradition meets innovation, a festival ignites. A gathering of sound, soul, and purpose.
There's a huge excitement around Bushfire every year. It's national welling up of expectation. It's become this wildfire that is now the festival that is known to people far and wide.
It's a place where music crosses borders and culture burns in every story.
It's your passion, your spirit, your drive, bringing your gifts, showing up in your most authentic self.
A homegrown festival with global reach, where Pan-African identity, artistic expression, and community all collide.
Things are happening here. It's an important little pocket of the world, and there's big ideas, and there's action, and there's a lot of beauty, and we're ready to share it.
From its humble beginnings to a global gathering of hearts and minds, Bushfire's impact has only grown.
It's been an amazing journey to see how the festival has grown over the years.
This is Inside Africa. In the southern African kingdom of Eswatini, tucked between South Africa and Mozambique, a fire is lit each year that draws thousands from across the continent. Small in size, but rich in culture, Eswatini is one of Africa's last remaining monarchies, with a population of just over 1.2 million people. And in this valley, outside the capital Mbambane, one of the country's largest cultural events takes flight.
My name is Jix Thorne. I'm the MTM Bushfire Festival Director. In 2000, we started digging a hole, and everybody thought we were building a swimming pool. And this was the foundation for the amphitheater.
They called it House on Fire. A space for stories, experiments, and expression.
House on Fire has been a much needed space to convene storytelling of various kinds. And about 7 years into that process, we realized that we wanted to try and expand on our offering. And so the fire extended beyond the four walls of House on Fire and became Bushfire. It's become this wildfire that is now the festival that is known to people far and wide.
And now in 2025, Bushfire burns brighter than ever, welcoming artists from around the world and fans who believe in more than just music.
You like?
I love Bushfire.
Yes, I love.
I've been to Bushfire 6 times. It's about the fire, it's amazing, the people, the culture, and everyone we meet. You know, we meet different people from different nations. The culture is amazing. The music, top notch.
We want to program music first and foremost that is, I guess, in line with our Bushfire philosophy. It's African sound at its core. It's an African narrative. It's a narrative that is engaging, that's transformational, that has an identity here in Africa.
Your girl says she wants a piece of Papa Chula, because the thing where you they give her not do.
Over 3 days and nights, dozens of acts perform across multiple stages, from the amphitheater to the Firefly stage to the barn. And 2025's lineup does not disappoint. From legendary groups like Ladysmith Black Mambazo and Madala Kunene to rising continental stars.
We're looking for acts that have a strong identity, that are unafraid to communicate that and to share their own ideas. We're also looking for the profile acts that people are aware of, because you need to find that balance.
And among those names, one stands apart. A local voice who's grown with the festival and now helps define it.
I sing what I call Swazi Soul music. It's a mixture of soulful music, but then I sing in Siswati, hence I say it's Swazi Soul.
Bholoja, a Bushfire regular, has been performing here for years.
This was the main stage, and I've been given so much opportunity to perform here and growing myself on this stage, opening for many big names. Bushfire gave me the platform, to grow myself. And when I was first recognized by a promoter, it was right here in Bushfire.
He's the artist I play when I'm driving down a dirt road, unwind the window, and his voice is what you see around you.
And beyond the stages, the festival is now a springboard for artists from across the continent, giving them the chance to connect, collaborate, and shine.
We have arts industry workshops, we have the Arts Roundtable in partnership with Africa Rising Music Conference. It's important to be able to link local artists with the broader fraternity because, we're such a small environment here.
And perhaps no initiative captures that mission more clearly than Collabo Nation. Launched by Bushfire, Collabo Nation is a cross-continental artist development project that brings together musicians from different cultures, genres, and backgrounds. The goal? To create something totally original, in the moment.
Collabo Nation is the festival's newest arts development project. It is centered on uniting Africa through music, bringing together artists from different genres, countries, cultures in song, uniting them in song and giving them the space, the platform to just freely express themselves and to experiment with their sounds.
Bushfire celebrates diversity. We feel that more
The collaborations, facilitated by the House on Fire team, involve no scripts, no prep, just conversations about passion, purpose, and then music.
You could be from anywhere in the world, but when you come together with other artists, you're part of a story, you're part of a narrative, reflections that are projected through the songs.
And during the festival itself, a rotation of managers, label representatives, and music conference organizers attend each year, providing tangible opportunities for local artists.
Having a space, a platform that is dedicated to promoting networking opportunities and connections really allows artists to kind of promote themselves. So many positive outcomes have come out from that. We've had artists from Eswatini who've had the opportunity to perform in festivals internationally, abroad, and some have managed to get recording deals from this.
For local fans and performers, it's not just about entertainment, it's about recognition.
People hadn't wanted to hear what we have to contribute for the longest time. Now they're open to listening, so I think that's what we've been waiting for, to be heard.
As music fills the valley and the crowd settles into the rhythm of the weekend, backstage, the team behind it all catches their breath.
The first day is a bit like getting the ship out of the harbor. It requires some dexterity. There's so many things happening. You're putting out small fires, but essentially it's happening. And it's about letting go, really, and about being in the moment and allowing yourself to enjoy it, because that's really what it's all about at the end, isn't it?
Before the festival gates opened, before the crowd arrived and the amphitheatre gates came to life, the grounds of Bushfire played host to another kind of performance. A younger, more hopeful one, where the energy wasn't in the lineup, but in the learning. Education data from Eswatini is minimal, but a 2015 report from the World Bank suggests that a little over 36% of secondary-age children were enrolled in school. And access to creative education remains a huge challenge, especially in rural communities where arts programs are limited or non-existent. That's why, on the eve of the main festival, Bushfire transforms into a classroom for creativity.
I just always get goosebumps at the Schools Festival. It's a pleasure to have so many young learners come into this environment. These Schools Festival days mean so much to the children who attend.
Now in its 16th year, the EU Bushfire Schools Festival is coordinated by Melanie, whose team curates a day designed to ignite young imaginations.
We bring in over 600 young people from all over the country. So some of them are coming to have exposure to the arts for their very first time.
I think exposure is at the heart of it. It's really being open to the possibilities of the arts.
Through music, dance, spoken word and visual storytelling, the festival becomes a multidisciplinary springboard for expression.
The EU Bushfire Schools Festival has played such an instrumental role in introducing young people to the language of the arts. Not every school has the opportunity to understand what the arts, what the potential is in the arts.
But it's not just about performance, it's about possibility.
Talent is not exclusive. And this is what we're trying to do at the Schools Festival. Children come in and at the end of the day, they're exploding with energy and with possibility. And this is what it's all about.
Empowerment is at the core, with creativity as a tool for agency, advocacy, and future employability.
1, 2, and...
We wanted to empower them through creativity and through the arts.
And this year, a new chapter was written.
We invited Sustainability Solutions to be part of the festival this year. So we asked young people to look around their communities, what were the challenges that they are facing, and then share with us their youth envisioned solutions.
From water shortages to waste management, students confronted real-world problems through creative thinking, with ideas rooted in their communities.
This really is the next chapter, just trying to inspire young people and inspired people who are having a good time. That's when we're going to get the best out of them. That's when we're going to encourage authenticity, and that's where solutions come from.
As the final notes of the Schools Festival fade, a new chapter begins. The crowds start to arrive, the energy begins to build. But for the dedicated team behind the scenes, this is the culmination of a year of hard work.
Over the years, the festival team has grown enormously, and at our height, we have over 1,000 people working in our team. When you have 23,000 people on your doorstep, you can't leave any stone unturned.
Zwelakhe is the festival's health, safety, environment and quality officer, a role that takes him across every corner of the site.
Here by the composting toilets. Today we're welcoming fire starters from all over the world. They're landing. It's the first day of the festival. Sorry, come again?
In many ways, Bushfire is a temporary city with tents, traffic, power grids and pop-up communities.
We've planned for this from the day we announced the date for this year's Bushfire festivals.
With 4,500 campers and 23,000 festival goers, Zwelakhe's team works to keep the experience smooth, safe, and sustainable.
In my department, we pretty much on the E, the environmental. So we look at a number of things in terms of our environmental impact, speaking to our carbon footprint, how much carbon is released from the festival. You know, there's traveling that needs to take place for people to get to the festival. So we try to have initiatives around that could reduce the emissions that come from the festival.
And this year, Bushfire pushed its environmental practices front and center.
We've brought our recycling and waste management activities to the forefront this year for people to appreciate and see what would otherwise be at the back end, you know, people to see the separation. So we're just bringing also the awareness to people, like what it takes to put this together, what their waste that's produced during the festival, and how we do our part in managing that responsibly.
Across the campsites, each with its own unique character, the team is hard at work.
Campsites are known to be notorious for waste, and in some instances we also find people leaving their tents behind. Back home, they just needed them for the weekend, so it's a lot of waste that comes from that environment as well. The other one.
But for Zwelakhe, this isn't just about cleanup, it's about changing minds.
We face quite a huge challenge to influence behavior change amongst the festival goers. You know.
And behind the scenes, Bushfire is working with global partners to raise the bar even higher.
We work with a number of organizations. We've got UNESCO helping us as a festival to benchmark, you know, amongst other festivals. We're integrating some of the aspects where we've identified we need to improve or better have more information to communicate into our internal research as a festival.
It's all part of a wider ambition to not only be Africa's most beloved festival, but its most sustainable.
Yes, the goal is to be Africa's leading sustainable festival, but we cannot just lead and leave the rest aside. So we all need to improve in a sustainable event space.
In a place where creativity is celebrated and community is key, Zwelakhe's work reminds us that what happens behind the scenes is just as important as what happens on stage. Festivals are celebrations, but they're also a logistical feat. Putting on a 3-day event for 30,000 people in a field outside Mbambane is no small task. And behind the music, the art, and the atmosphere is a whole ecosystem making it possible. From tickets to transactions, Bushfire runs on Howler, a cashless, contactless payment system powered by a team that knows Africa.
Howler has played an instrumental role in enhancing the MTN Bushfire experience for our community of fire starters through innovative digital solutions.
Festival goers load funds onto RFID-enabled wristbands that allow them to pay for food, drinks, merchandise, and more, all without using cash.
In Africa, we got to solve for different problems that we have in other parts of the world, and one of them is connectivity. Our platform runs completely offline, which actually makes something like this possible.
That means no reliance on unstable networks, no long queues, just smooth, seamless interactions.
You don't want to be waiting in queues, you don't want to be at the bar, you want to just get your drink, get your food, and go and enjoy the festival. And that's really what, Howler is about, is making every moment matter.
Howler also helps festival goers safely resell tickets, manage spending, and even cash out unused funds after the event.
It's been an incredible journey being here at Bushfire, seeing here how this festival has grown and how the technology has enabled, all this commercial activity, and actually enabling the festival to operate at this level is very rewarding.
And it's a homegrown innovation, born in Africa, designed for Africa, now taking on the world.
It's an African solution for Africans and for our global community of fire starters.
Howler's tech helps traders and customers alike in places like the barn marketplace, where connections and commerce come together.
Hi, my name's Philippa Thorne and I am the curator of the barn marketplace.
It's a bustling hub of over 40 artisanal brands, 80% of which are based right here in Eswatini.
We're really passionate about kind of working with those brands, nurturing them. We focus a lot on women and youth-owned brands, as well as brands that have a story of social impact or using our environmentally sustainable materials in their products.
Slow fashion, conscious consumerism, and craft with a purpose. This is a space where stories mean as much as style.
We're all about conscious consumerism. You'll find a lot of handmade fabrics, hand-woven rugs and baskets.
And through the International Trade Centre's Future Icons program, some brands are getting a lift off the ground and into the market.
We get to work with 10 young entrepreneurs each year. It's about how do we work and develop, so that the training will include like product development, pre-festival training, pricing, sales, and also, understanding about sustainability.
One of those entrepreneurs is Benanile Panga, whose jewelry brand Benaniel turns household waste into wearable art.
So Benaniel is an eco-conscious jewelry brand. We primarily use recycled plastic bottles and bottle caps to make our jewelry. Last year we joined the incubator program, so we were trading under the Future Icons. Now I've moved into the barn marketplace, which is a huge step because now I'm independent. This festival, it brings different people from different parts of the world, which they do appreciate our products. We do need that trade, international trade and engagement, to only not have our local community, but to have the online community as well.
For both curators and creators, the barn isn't just a marketplace, it's a launch pad.
I think the stories of Eswatini and of Africa really come through in like every strand of the products, whether it's the material, whether it's the technique, whether it's the colors and the design. I really feel like now it's Africa's time to be leading the way with creativity, innovation, going back to the heritage and roots and seeing how that we take that forward into the future. And I think, globally now, more and more people are looking to Africa and, really inspired by what's coming out of the continent.
As the dust settles on another bushfire, organizers reflect on the impact of this annual gathering.
At the end of the festival, I think just happiness and relief, people coming up and relaying their experiences and the exuberance, the energy that they take away. It's so important to have spaces that actively support and encourage the development of the arts. This annual gathering is that amplifier.
I don't want to be anywhere else, We will connect with the world. We will go out into the world and speak boldly and proudly of our identity, our culture, and our heritage as Africans. And Bushfire reminds us of who we are, why we are, and the power that we hold.
On the main stage, Ladysmith Black Mambazo brings their legendary sound to Bushfire, a finale that captures African pride, unity, and the power of culture. As their voices echo through the valley, the fire lit in Eswatini burns bright, inspiring communities across Africa and beyond.